the chore that everyone hates the most, but you gotta do it. As you can see, my brushes are dirty AF, so I thought it'd be helpful to many to give you the DL on how I clean my makeup brushes without spending those extra dollars on those store-bought brush cleaners that are used up within a couple applications. So this video is how I clean, disinfect, and condition my makeup brushes. You know, balling on a budget. Not washing brushes often can cause acne, breakouts, risk of infections, and other things, and nobody's got time for that. So let's get started. Okay, ew, dirty brushes, as you can see, carry buildup of bacteria, dirt, old makeup, oils, and nastiness that you're transferring to your face every day. You should be cleaning your makeup brushes often, maybe like every other week. Am I guilty of this? Yes. Do I clean my brushes that often? No. Who's got time for that? Well, I'm not able to save you time, but I can save you some moolah. Here's what you'll need. Alcohol, baby shampoo, a small dish, 3 rubber bands, paper towels, and either your God-given resources or sneak into your parents' kitchen and steal a textured pot holder. If you don't have one, you can pick one up from your nearest 99-cent store for 99 cents. And last but not least, you'll need a cutting board. You'll see why in a bit. So first up, make sure you're using lukewarm water. Too hot or too cold can be damaging to your brushes. You're going to want to start with rinsing the brush first, always keeping the brush facing down. You don't want any water getting up into that handle because it'll loosen up the glue, and then you risk losing bristles, and nobody has time for that. So downwards they stay. Sometimes I do this first, sometimes I do it second, but grab some alcohol, and this is to sanitize your brushes. For my dirtier brushes, like my face brushes, I like to swirl them around in the alcohol to break up the substance and begin to disinfect before I clean. Rinse it off as best you can and then move on. Yum. So gross. And for the dirtier brushes, like my foundation brushes, I may do this twice. And to clean, I use baby shampoo. It's delicate enough to be used on babies, but it still cleans thoroughly, and it's cheap. Then take a pot holder. I like to use these because they're textured and it has ridges, which helps get a better clean in between the bristles. And you can use your hands, but they tend to get pruny. Also, Sigma has a cool one that has the same idea, but this is $32. These are $1. Winner! So get some baby shampoo on there and go to town. And get some water in there as well. It looks like I'm being pretty brutal on my brushes. I'm not. Just be as easy on your brushes as possible. And you could also use any dishwashing soap for this as well. It works just as well, whatever you have in your cupboards. Sometimes I actually use baby shampoo first and then go in with dishwashing soap again after for my dirtier brushes. Oh my god, I swear, that is the most satisfying feeling ever. Ugh. Yes. And definitely clean off your pot holder because you don't want to transfer old dirt. And keep in mind you can repeat these steps as many times as you're needed. Sometimes some brushes take more cleaning than others. And then once your bubbles start becoming clear and not looking like you spilled coffee everywhere, that means they are clean. Then thoroughly rinse your brush out because just like your own hair, if there's shampoo and conditioner left in it, it's no bueno. Moving on to the next brushes, here's a little tip to make your brush life last longer. Do you see this little line? My other brush does not have that line. But as you can see, when I tilt it to the side, they are both round. This line determines if you should swirl or seesaw back and forth. There's no line on this brush, so we're going to swirl. Here's the line on this brush, so we're going to seesaw back and forth. Got it? So here's the before. And many say that you want to use 90% alcohol to get a perfectly disinfected brush, but I used what I had and it was fine. Alcohol is alcohol to me. This was 70% and it doesn't seem to dry out my brushes. And because I go in with the baby shampoo afterwards, so it puts the moisture back in there. I love how the baby shampoo conditions them, leaves them moisturized, and it smells amazing. So now we're rinsing off thoroughly, reconstructing the brush to put it in its original state, and voila! So moving on to the beauty blender, you're going to use the same kind of technique. Rinse it out and get some water into the sponge, and then roll it around and work that baby shampoo into the sponge. Be gentle with your beauty blenders because they are delicate. And you'll also notice that I do not use alcohol on these. Okay, look. Oh my gosh, look at that dirty water. Yes. give the sponge a good couple squeezes under the water to get the shampoo and everything out of there. And then look at that comparison. That baby looks brand spanking new. Now get to work, girl. There's lots to do. Check out how well these techniques work for me. I'll show you side-by-side comparisons, and then we'll go straight to drying. Now, take your alcohol and your paper towels and clean your handles. This is like the most common mistake in your brush cleaning process. These get so dirty and you don't even realize it. The bacteria on your dirty little hands gets transferred onto your face and you get it. Look at all the dirt. You don't even realize it's on your handles. And look at that, squeaky clean. And lastly, why a cutting board, you ask? Grab your 3 rubber bands, and you're going to carefully wrap them around your cutting board about an inch apart. Leave some room between them. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to take the brush and place it under, over, and then under the rubber band. Then your next one, you're going to alternate positions. So this one, you're going to go over, under, over, and scoot it close to the other brush. You're going to continue this, doing it for all of them, alternating all of them. I learned this trick from Desi Perkins, and it's genius, right? So once all those puppies are in, you're going to flip it over, stand it up, and voila! You made yourself a self-standing brush drying stand. So since I have so many, I double-deckered mine. If your cutting board is long enough or big enough, go for it. And I put my smaller brushes on a smaller one. So let them dry completely before using. Now I need back surgery for standing so long. It's time for bed. Good night, brushies. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, give it a thumbs up and feel free to share. Thank you for watching.